Hello guys, welcome to Course Set 2021. Today I'm going to be doing a traditional draft of Course Set 2021. I like best of three for draft a lot more than best of one, especially when you're in a higher variance format of luck more so involved based off of what the packs provide to you. Now, of course, there's a lot of skill involved in draft too, making the best of a bad situation. But because of that added extra variance, I do think that draft should be played in best of three. And also, I do think that this is just a faster way to grind out getting new cards and trying to max out your gems. Because, well, you only have 3 matches that you're going to play total. So, worst case scenario, you got 9 games. It's like the 7-2 analogy, if you will. Plus, you have sideboarding. But I find that this draft usually goes by faster. Also, since you get the same amount of prize winnings for 0 wins and 1 wins, if you go 0-2, it's very easy just to drop. You can stay in to get practice with the different cards and see your opponent's stacks, and that's most likely what we will do. But if you're just trying to grind, open packs, practice the draft experience to just get better, go 0-2, drop out, enter another one. If gems aren't a problem and you just want to grind for that experience but also open packs, then if you go 0-2, just drop. And it's a really fast way to just churn through a ton of drafts without feeling like you have to make it to that 3 losses that the best of 1 variety, the premier draft, provides for you. So that's my opinion. I am going to probably play traditional draft going forward. Every now and then I'll probably play like a best of 1 like on stream because that's just always fun. Or I'll play a bot match just so that the people that watch my stream can be involved and help me make picks and have fun for all of us. So, Twitch plug. I'm HimRecoMTG. Thank you for checking out my channel. I do stream every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Check out my Twitter because that's also where I post if I'm unable to stream or if there's new stream dates. Because sometimes life happens and we aren't able to go live on our normal times. And Twitter is the best way to find out exactly when I'm going to be going live so that you never miss out on that opportunity. So with that being said, we're going to hop into the queue here. These queues have been a little bit slower than the Premier Draft because everyone's going to best of 1. So definitely keep that in mind if you're on a massive time crunch. But even then, I still feel as though this is much faster. So I will see you guys in the queue. All right, here we are with our Pack 1 Pick 1, and it's not a bad one. Rada's fantastic about keeping your draws consistent. She plays lands off the top of your library. Red-green is a decent strategy. There are a bunch of really good value creatures in red-green that are just hard to deal with. Red also has some pretty strong removal. Nothing else in this pack really says, take me. So I'll take Rada. Would potentially like to wheel any of these 3 cards down here. This in and of itself is a pseudo bomb and also kind of hidden card because being able to force your team through is how you can beat board stalls. So we'll take Rada here and probably would prefer taking Destructive Tampering or Goblin Arsonist next. This is kind of meh, but having Reach is nice. It's just not a lot of flyers in red-green, so I need to be able to either kill them or block them. So we'll take Rada here. Good rare. Good rare. Alright, here we have Scorching Dragonfire. Removal is just very high premium in pretty much any draft that you're ever going to do. This kills so many spells in the format right now and also has the caveat of exiling them. There are some pesky planeswalkers too, so this is just all around a great card. Outside of this pack, other great, wonderful cards are Tempered Veteran. This card is just fantastic. Great value. If we wanted to go into 3 colors right off the bat, we would take that, but probably just best to stick with 2 colors right now. This isn't a reason to just go Naya. We don't want to spread too thin, and Rada's a pretty busted card as it is, so perfectly fine here just taking the removal. If Tempered Veteran comes back around, which I doubt it will, that would be the selection. Outside of that, Malefic Scythe is also really good, or Scythe is also really good for any form of aggro deck, and with Rada, it doesn't have to be aggro, but red-green usually is. So, sure. Take the removal. Let's see what else we have going on. Ooh, Temple of Malady. So, Temple of Malady is really nice. Black does have a lot of really great cards in it. But outside of prize drafting and trying to take all the rares to fill out your queue, I'm pretty sure I already have 4 Temple of Malady. Maybe not, but don't need one right now. So we'll take the Drowsing Pteranodon here. Very good, very strong card. Curian Dryad is also really good and could be a speculatory pick because of its uncommon nature. 2 people chose commons in this pack before any of the uncommons or rares. I find that very interesting. It's an interesting pick here. I think I'll take the Dryad and see how far we can take that. Maybe make our deck base red with a Curian Ranger, just as the ability to go off. Plus, you know, the Pteranodon is a common, so we're more likely to see it. Here, Wingmare is really cute, especially if we're trying to go a more creature-y build, but not for what we're doing right now. Doombloom, Deathbloom Thallid is a all-around superstar. 2 creatures for the price of 1, you know, a little bit of delayed on the second creature. But I think I'll just take the Snout here. There are some good +1/+1 synergies in green, also a little bit in white as well. And nothing else in the pack seems terribly fantastic. Best 3 cards would be Wingmare, Deathbloom Thallid, and Truffle Snout. But I'll take the Snout. 3/3 for 3 is not awful, and the ability to gain 4 life can definitely help us in races. So that's something nice. This is cool. So we have a Sanctum here. The red Sanctum is one of the best Sanctums to build around, and if I get the black Sanctum, I'll definitely be splashing black for that. Card is busted. And even I'd potentially splash for the blue one as well. Card advantage is definitely how you can get ahead in the game. But you're going to be careful with the blue one because you could potentially mill yourself out if the game stalls out enough. Yeah, this card is fantastic. This card is also medium here too. But I think I'm going to take the Sanctum here. It's ramp, it's fixing, and, you know, shrines, Shrines are good. Outside of that, nothing else here is really fantastic. Bone Pit Brute is a fine top end that could potentially get an extra 4 damage in, but I'll take the fixing and the ramp there. Ooh. So, really great creature here. This is as great as we can make it. Plus... if we have other Hydras to draft alongside this guy, which I think this is the only Hydra in the set, so if we get another one, then we could potentially even have a little miniature combo there. Outside of that, Furor of the Führer. Führer? Is this German? Führer of the Bitten? I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that. Is decent. Good potential removal if you have a large creature on your side. You put it on your opponent's pesky creature and get rid of it. This is a wonderful 2-drop, but I'll take the Sky's the Limit Hydra here. Okay. Igneous Cur is cute. Another big 6-drop is wonderful. Whenever source you control does not damage to opponent, it's +1/+1, gains double strike another turn. We're not really doing any non-combat damage with the deck that we've built right now. I would say Igneous Cur is a little bit better of a 2-drop for us than the Pyroling is right now. I really do like Mana Sinks because it does happen to get in that position. But I think I'll just take the Colossal Dreadmaw here. We have a Sanctum to help us ramp into it, and if we find more ramp, it's even better. Outside of this, Igneous Cur is really cute. Would like to be taking more non-green cards to make Curian Ranger a little bit better, but we're just not finding the right good red cards. Sweet. Alright, so Destructive Tampering did come around. I'm going to snag this now. Sabertooth Mauler is fantastic, but this is a win condition if it is anything at all. There's not a lot of flyers in the set, and whatever we do find in flyers, we can prioritize our removal towards them. And this is just a wonderful way to just win the game. Out of nowhere. Big surprise. Another one. I don't think we need 2. I do think we need a little bit more creatures, so if we find another Destructive Tampering down the road, we might take it, but I will take the Arsonist, because it's decent. It's removal. Kinda. So now we have the question, are we more likely to go into white, blue, or black? And it sucks, because we don't know what potential shrines we might find, and all of these are fairly decent. This is a wonderful counterspell if we end up getting a flyer, and if we go into blue, we'll find some more. This is a just fantastic bomb the shrines can help us cast out. We'll fade black, because black is the shrine that I'd like to see the most. Reanimate's pretty cool, but I'll take a Goblin Wizardry for now. It's fine. It's fine. Probably not going to play it, but actually I'll take this because of hate drafting's sake. Definitely don't want to play against it. Duress can be decent in some situations, but we may not be playing black, so we'll just take the card that we're most likely going to play. And didn't come around. I'll put this in the sideboard for now, just in case we find ourselves needing some more fringe removal, but a decent first pack. I will give it that much. Okay. Interesting. So, a second Rada is not bad at all. It's one of the... That's interesting. That's really interesting. I do think the pick here is Rada. Turn to Slag is also ridiculously fantastic, but there's a chance that it might come back around. We've been cutting kind of red a little bit, but it's a different way around the table, so who knows what's going to be happening while we're reading. Would love to see Rugged Highlands, but sure, we'll take a second Rada here. We're Rada the deck. If the rares are on colors, keep playing the rares. Not at a point where I'm going to be taking a second green shrine. We're not really needing that type of ramp to that level. Probably just leaning towards shock here. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. That's probably the best thing we got here. We don't really have many creatures with power 4 or greater to... We have like one. To make Turret Ogre just kind of great. But it is self-perpetuating if we do get more Turret Ogres. But it's just a shock to the face. I'd rather take the shock to the creature. Outside of that, Fetid Imp is a very pesky little creature. Yeah. Just this guy. We'll just take a shock. We don't need a second Colossal Dreadmaw at the moment. Ooh. Well, we haven't found any ramp besides our Sanctum here, and we don't have any other shrines to make this terribly fantastic. But if there's nothing else great to take... this is kind of removal, but since it only has 2 toughness, it's most likely a remove down that gains us a life. So it's not a really good card. We are playing best of 3, so Run Afoul is a interesting potential. We could take Orrery here and just see if we get another shrine that's not green. But I think I'm going to take Run Afoul and put it in the sideboard, just in case we find ourselves playing against an opponent that has their bomb rare as a flyer. Something we can't deal with. So we have another Goblin Wizardry, but I'm probably just going to take the Pitchburn Devils here. It's a really annoying creature. Removal on the backside potentially can make 2-for-1s, so we'll do that. Don't have any 5-drops as it is anyway. Another shock. There's the second Turret Ogre, which is sad that we didn't take the other one, but I still think that shock is the right pick here. It's also funny that the other pack that we took shock in had a Turret Ogre, so, interesting. We're not at a type of aggro build where Battle Rattle Shaman is high on our list, but shock's definitely going to be going in. Removal's cute, and there's a lot of X2s and stuff that this kills, plus it can help us just block better. Here, gain control of target creature on a turn, untap that creature, it gains haste on a turn, add 2 mana to any color. So if you have 4 mana, it's a 2 mana gain control of target creature. It's a cute way to just get in some extra damage. Anything else in here just seems busted. Not really. I mean, we could take the Vines here. It's a draw, it's an early game blocker, but I'll take the Greed. I haven't been greedy lately, so... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have all of the Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest coming around. Man, that's sad. Alright, I will take the Goblin Arsonist here. I'm still not that... Well... Trinodon is decent. It's a really great blocker. We don't need that many 1-drops. We'll take this guy. Sure. We are not playing a bunch of high droppers here. I will take the fixing, though. Rugged Highland did come back around. Another Rugged Highland. We like that. Like it a lot better than just the Snipe Flyer. We'll just fix our mana here pretty great. We'll take the Imp because we did kind of hedge that we might be going into black if we get the right, cards. Sure. Wizardry, just in case we need playables. Not sure we'll be playing either of them, but so far we got a solid curve, at least. At least. Would love to see the red and or black shrine. But it does look like red is open, so that's cool. Cool at least. So we have 2 shocks and a scorching dragonfire for removal sakes. Oh, and we got the second destructive tampering. Wonderful. Okay. Alright, so we got the blue shrine here. Do we take it? I think we can. Sanctum of Hargus is blue. We can find other hopeful fixings. Outside that, Azusa's really neat. And might actually be the right pick. Man. That's tough. It's really sad. Being able to loot each turn is really strong. I think I'm actually going to take Azusa, though. I think Azusa is the right play. And that's not the right shrine that we're looking for. Which is sad. The big sad. This guy's fun. Doesn't have a lot of play in our current build. There are some Reanimator cards in this set, but we're not playing them. We did not get them. We could take the aura that makes our things have trample. But this can also make our Drowsing Pteranodon, self-perpetuate. Or we could take the Turret Ogre and try and also help. I think I'll take the card draw. We're a little loose on 4-drop spots, so we'll take the Turret Ogre. Riddle Form is fun. A second Turret Ogre, once we took the first one, the second one does get better. This guy is a bomb common. Big bomb common. Yep, pretty sure it's just the Turret Ogre here. Probably going to take the Greed out here. Peer into the abyss. Again, another green. So all the green sanctums coming around, just the kind of the sad luck of the draw there, that we're just not finding it. Let's see what our creature count is here. We're at 12 creatures. We do need to pick up a few more. I think at this point I will take the Cur here. It's a decent creature. It's not awful. Havoc Jester. So this is the new sacrifice fodder guy. How many instants or non-creature spells rather are we playing here? We have 3, 3, 1, so 7. So 7 cards to make this guy larger. We aren't sacrificing any permanent. And sadly, this is when you sacrifice a permanent, not any player. We could take this. And actually, I think I am going to take the Pride Malkin here. Just because of our Hydra. This gives our Hydra trample. And it can give something else trample if we want to, too. Or it's just a 3-mana 3/2 with trample. So it's a fine kitty. A fine kitty. So now do we want to take another Devil or another Arsonist? I think we could afford to take another Arsonist. Curve isn't awfully crazy. But we'll take Arsonist. Another Arsonist. It's fine. It's fine. We could take a second for the Bitten, but I'm more likely to play the third Arsonist than I am to play the second Fur. This card's fantastic. Love this. It's a 2-drop spot, fills out our slot. It's red for Quirion Ranger, and it's also a way to keep getting in damage through board stalls. Nice Reacher guy is alright, but I'll take the Cur. Or the Mutt. Yeah, we're getting our good 2-drops now. So we're a fairly decent red-green aggro deck. Would have liked to have potentially seen some bigger removal spells. We had the chance to be able to do a 5/2 creature. We passed that up. Might have been the choice that we should have made. But this is fine. This is okay. We have the speculation of whether or not we're going to be playing the Sanctum. I'm guessing now at this point we are not going to be playing the Sanctum. Because it's a decent card, but I don't think we need it with the deck that we've drafted so far. It's not like we're looking for Treble Ramp. Zeus is good enough on that front. We'll take a 4-power creature. Hate Draft. Actually, this card is good. I'll just take it because it's a good card. This card's also good. We can speculate on that for other games. When we need the removal, we need the removal. We need to make sure they can't block something. Frantic Inventory is just a good card. Put that in the vault. So we have some Fear of the Bitten. But yeah. So this is the deck so far. I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to take all the lands out of the deck before I make my final decisions here. Just need to cut 3 cards here. Definitely going to be a 17 land deck because of our number of 4, 5s, and 6 drops. But yeah, so take a good look at this, and I will see you guys when I have the final viewing. Okay, so here's where we are. We are back. We went this way. I cut a Goblin Arsonist. I ended up cutting the Azusa and the gain control target creature spells. We don't really have enough card draw to make Azusa terribly fantastic. It's a great way to just get our lands into play in the first few turns, but again, that's only great if we have all of our lands in Azusa in our opening hand. Azusa is just a awful top deck. But yeah, so this is the deck. It's a fine, perfectly fine curve, and I think we're going to be able to see some pretty cool stuff out of this. Whoa, no, I wanted to show people things, not remove you. This is also great because it's a wonderful mana sink that can just make very, very large, and we have the chance of giving her trample with our Pride Malkin too. So yeah, that's the deck. I will see you guys in match 1. Okay, here we are with match 1, first hand. We got the double Rada, the Rada, if you will. But no red. We do have the Drowsing Pteranodon to help us kind of get to there. Our opponent's going first, so we are on the draw. They kept their 7. I think we can keep this. We have good fixing. We have a lot of red sources in our deck. And once we draw them, we can start playing more lands off the top. Otherwise, we have spells that we can play. Just hopefully in the next few turns we draw them. We have a 3-3, we have a 3-3. Let's try it. Just kind of hope. And we'll go from there. Would not like to play the 0-0 here. Playing against the white-black deck. I've seen a lot of people play Voltron with this deck, where they just put a whole bunch of stuff on this horse here, and they play a whole bunch of the horses just to get big. I will trade. Perfectly fine with that. Cool. Deal. Again, it's like we're not playing a lot of removal, just in time. And would prefer it. Turret Ogre. Neat. Let's hope that there's a land underneath you, Turret Ogre. Cool. No, but there's a shock, which is perfect. We can kill the swooper with that. Let's go to combat here. We have first strike on our turn, so it's a really good way just to get in damage here. Probably just going to play the Truffle Snout here, just to use our mana more wisely. If we had a second red source instead of another forest, I would go Mutt into Arsonist, try and get a little bit wider. But let's snout it up. And no point to gain life here. So let's make them a little bit larger. Next turn we kill the Swooper, and hopefully they don't play a creature that's trade positive for them. Perfect. Do they have a black source? Wonderful. Awesome. Alright, so we'll play this land off the top of our deck, get a little bit of value there. We will shock their bigger flyer. Ooh, they might have something. Very nice. Very, very nice. So good place. Good place. At that point, we will pass the turn. No attacks. End turn. Really good spell. Really great way to do exactly what our opponent just did. Oof, and now they're getting bigger. Good thing it doesn't have vigilance, but we are still in a very precarious place, and this thing doesn't have reach. Very scary. Very scary indeed. So we can make a 4/4 here, but that's not terribly great enough. We do need to go a little bit wider. One more mana can make Rada really large. A 4/4 this turn into Ogre Arsonist next turn could be fine. Well, let's go to combat and attack here. A big 5/5 flyer is definitely scary, but we do have ways of removing flyers in game 2. So that's nice at least. What do I want to work on to put on another non-Hydra creature you control? Put a +1/+1 on this Hydra. Oh, okay. So that's how that works exactly. Well, that's fine. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Yeah, I think I would do this way. Let's make a 4/4. Have a little drinky of water. We're in a very scary spot to get us on a 2-turn clock. And I'm not sure exactly what is in our deck that can save us outside of just powering through. Yep. So at least we do have cards in our sideboard to make us feel a little bit better here. Dreadmaw does not quite cut it. Alright, let's all attack here. Maybe they accidentally don't block. No, they're reading the card. They know. If they let themselves drop to 2, then we can surprise get them with the Ogre. But they're not. If only we had a way to give this trample. Which we do. But not currently. If only it gave it +X and trample. Oh well. That's sad. Well, all we can do is this. Has reach at least, so that's nice. And the mutt. No. Okay. Yeah, the feathers. All right. Well, let's go on to the next game. Good removal time. All right. We have Run Afoul to throw into the deck. Not sure anything else is making the cut. It's a decent combat trick, but doesn't seem great enough. We'll also throw Greed in. Potentially take their flyers. Since they have a larger number of flying creatures, we will take out the Destructive Tamperings, and we will go with that build for now. So we have a way to make them sacrifice one of their flying creatures. We'll try and kill the smaller creatures with flying before we play Run Afoul. And then, if all comes down to it, we could just take their biggest flyer and hopefully win the race by smashing back with what they put on the board. Let's try it out. Let's try it out there. We're trying to fade flyers, but we do have a couple turret ogres that can block with reach, but not a 5/5. A great sequencing from our opponent. The great sequencing. I would like to play first, yes please. No. Mulligans suck. We'll put the land back, I guess. Alright. We have the run a foul. So next turn we can get him with 3. Sure. We'll try to pressure damage as much as possible. And if they don't play a creature, we'll just play the other one. Cool. Interesting. Enter. What is he holding there? I haven't looked closely at this art. I'm not sure exactly what this guy is holding. Leave up the runafowl. Well, they now have a flyer. Might as well. You can choose. Definitely don't want them tapping down my creatures. That can be pretty insane. It looks like they have a lot of flyers as it is anyway. So both of these are fine to get rid of. It'd also be a little bit telling too. Alright, so it looks like they might have another flyer. So hopefully Shock can kill it. Go with a card, leave up Shock. Would like to see more lands. Really cool draw would be Rada into a mountain. 3 toughness. Again. Yikes. So we draw land here. Definitely not in our interest to steal this guy right now. We will attack and then make a decision. Interesting, interesting. Because we can deal 5 damage here. Or we play the Turret Ogre. Or we deal some damage and leave up Shock. Really interesting situation here. Turret Ogre can block pretty favorably here, so I think we're just going to deal 1 and play the Ogre. Really tricky plays. Really tricky plays. Land, please. Land or a way to deal 3 damage instead of 2. It's kind of interesting because there's a lot of decks that Shock is just really fantastic against, and our first play is against the deck that it's not terribly great against, and outside of the Gale Swooper. I will trade. I have made that apparent this entire game. I am always, with this build, willing to trade. While our opponent's thinking, if you're a Patreon of mine, I give out signed copies of Hymn to Turox. It's just a kind of little pile I have. So consider being a tier 2 Patreon to get yourself a signed copy of Hymn to Turok. Attackers. We'll leave up shock. Instant speed, destroy my creature. Good thing the Celestial Enforcer here doesn't have lifelink. Okay. Whew, that can give it lifelink. Ugh. Spooky, spooky. They most likely just drew this, because I don't think they would have made that trade if they had Veto in hand. Yes, sir. Sorry, Bob. Probably just the Devil. We could play Turret and leave up Shock, but... Devil's probably the best here. That way, if they attack with their Enforcer, sure, we'll take 3 damage, but they'll lose their Veto. Really wish we had an extra mana there. We could have also left up Shock to help clear the board. Block. Cool. There's that Ascension. Really good spell. Ooh, and they got the other lifelink payoff too. Really good, really good, really good. Yep. Flying blocker here. Leave up Shock. End turn. So they can tap our creature here, or they just destroy our creature. Our opponent has a wonderful deck. Wonderful deck from our opponent. They had the right cards passing to them. Nothing we can do there. Now, if this was an instant, would very much appreciate that. Probably just to get counters. Guess we don't really need the mana, so... red. Grow the boy, get in for 4. Loser guy, drop to 1. This one is in the bag. Rada. Kill this thing. Extend the hand. I'll let them swing in. Let them finish it. Ooh, do they have 2 of those? Wow. Yep, opponent had a really, really strong deck, but they bested us. And so, whoo boy, I will see you guys in match 2. Okay, back here with match 2. Hand is a lot better than it was the first time around. It is a little weak in the 2 and 3 drop spot of our curve, but we can at least spell things. We can spell things, like Goblin. That spells goblin. Anyway, yeah, so we have 2 games left. Definitely want to try and win 2 of them, because winning 1 of them is just, you know, get a pack. We want to get most of our gems back if we possibly can. We're just trying to get as many packs as possible to grind out, get the new cards and the new set. But this hand is fine. Opponent's going first, we have the chance of drawing into something. If you weren't just skipping around, last round's game was brutal. Opponent had a really good white-black deck. Ooh boy, another land. Alright, well, we'll put the fear in him. Was this 3? Sure. Very likely they have a 3rd land here anyway. Heh, checkmate. Ain't no non-creatures here. That's a non-creature, though. We will play this mountains. And no attacks. End turn. Probably just going to take the attacks here. It'll be kind of awkward, but since they're not spending their mana for Glide Master, they're most likely going to play something else. That's killable. That's definitely killable. Don't need them drawing a bunch of stuff. Rada's cool. I think we're going to hold off on that, though, and play the thing that can block the flyers. Yep. Off the trades here. Cool. See if they have any removal. In the Grixis colors, they gotta have something, right? Oof, lucky us. Let's keep just riding up the curve. Taxis. Imagine thing had vigilance. That'd be really good. Counterspell? Flying Mana Drain? Mana Tithe? Mana... What's the name of the spell? Unsure. So we could play Rada, speculate on the top of our deck, but I think I'm just going to go Ogre here. Shock our opponent. They know we have it, so... Yep, that's probably what they're waiting for. Just gonna double block here. Yep. Bolcha. Big a boy. Alright, we'll start with Rada. Probably shouldn't have played the land. Didn't matter. Ooh, we can give her trample too. Nice. We'll gain the 4 life here. That seems to be a little bit more important in this instance. No attacks. So this is a 10-10. But they can't just straight out swing because we have lethal on board. Do they not know that? Aww. 4-10, they can't play 2 lands. So they have to have another removal spell, otherwise they have to leave back their... Wow. Okay. Why did they attack there? That was really interesting. Alright, so they do have the big flyer guy, so we'll bring in one of Rough House, so that way we can deal with that. Are we getting greedy? We have a lot of red, so stealing that big dragon is also really good. Seems bad in this matchup. What seems bad in this matchup? Probably the tampering again. Facing a whole bunch of flying decks. Facing a whole bunch of flying decks. Flying's good though. People understand that. People know. Since removal is so premium, you draft a bunch of flyers. If somebody doesn't have the removal. Huh. Okay. Maybe we should have kept that hand. I mean, we had the Curian Ranger, we played on turn 2, then every other red spell we play is just fantastic. Alright. You have seen. We drew the red source. Yay. Ah, they got their blue. Wow. Cool. Okay. Alright, that is fine. Be turret ogre blockable. Truffle snout. Take him down with your war paint. Find them mushrooms on his person. Get him. He's got the mushrooms. Cool. Cool indeed. Nice. Errata. Land? Not a land. Enter. It's like, haha, sir. We have 2. So do you! Man. Probably just play the 3/3 here. You know what? No, I'm going to... Yeah, it might be wrong, but... Let's get aggro. I'm gonna kill their flyer. Land. The slow way, but sure. Smack in. Alright. Tutelage is good, because it's late enough in the game to be decent. Ooh, our Steely Boy has been taken from us. We'll play the Devils. Use our mana. Tutelage is really good. It's also very splashable. Hoo boy. Let's get in. We have a lot of really good attackers here. We have 2 that are lethal. All of them are lethal. We did it. Awesome. Alright, so we won match 2. I will see you guys in the last one. Okay, so we're finally back here with game 2 of the last match. Opponent was having some internet issues, so sorry about that, but hopefully there won't be any problems and we'll at least be able to see how things go from this point on. Our opponent has kept their hand of 7. We are going to mulligan. It's a little bit too risky, so we'll mull down. Yeah, this hand is fine. This hand is fine. Probably just going to play the Rugged Highland first, and then leave up some good blockers. Goblin Arsonist. We don't really need to ping in the damage early. So, we'll keep. If we draw a Forest, then we will play Goblin Arsonist turn 1, just to get in that little extra damage. But we did not, so we'll gain a life as well. Play in tune, say nice. They have a 2-drop. A really good 2-drop. A really good 2-drop indeed. We draw a Shock. That's probably worth shocking. I'll play the Goblin Arsonist, see if we can get them to discard a card to make this guy unblockable, and if they do that, then we'll just shock it and get 2 for 1. Thinking about it. They're definitely thinking about it. Unblockable creatures are very strong. Creatures. They just go for the end of it. Sure, alright. I'll bring it back to me. Still going to leave up Shock. We will play this guy. We just really want them to have to discard cards to lose value on the Pilferer. Get it for 1. We'll play cautiously, be extra careful here. Letting them be able to draw and filter a card would not be choice. Love Frantic Inventory. Love Frantic Inventory. I'm playing Sultai mid-range right now in Standard. That's my attack at the meta. Cool. Oh no! It didn't discard in time. Sure. That's fine. I'm okay with that. We'll kill that card. Alright, let's see if we can get some value here. Land. Nice. We have backup Rada if they use a removal spell here. Ooh, that's scary. Double vision. So whenever you cast your first instant sorcery spell each turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets. So really scary. What do they have? What do they have to make double vision crazy? That's not bad. That's really good. Do they draw a removal spell? Sadly, they only get to copy the first spell, so... Bottom, like to see it, like to see it. Okay. Well, they're digging really deep. A lot of cards, a lot of draws. But I think we pulled it off. They said good game. Yo. Really nice frantic search deck, or frantic inventory. So, really well played. They're not dead. Definitely not dead. Thing does not have trample. So we will activate, sacrifice, kill this. Yeah, and then swing in with 2/3/3s. So, all around fairly close. Let's just get in extra damage here just for the fun of it. And yeah, so we ended up going 3 and 2. Or 2 and 1. So yeah, that's red-green aggro beats. Really, really rough first match. Their deck was insanely good. But yeah, we pulled through. We pulled it out. So 4 packs for me, yay! And content for you guys. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video or on my stream. Stop by.